What is up, Rob Mob? It is almost the end of September already. It is wild how fast time flies. But as we come to the end of the month, that means a new LEGO release day. So in this video, I'm going to be going over a shopping guide for the October 1st releases, and we'll also be talking about a couple of GWPs that we'll be seeing throughout the month of October. So without further ado, let's get into it. So if we pull up the LEGO website here, you can see in the coming soon and pre-order page, we've got a few different sets here. This wave is not going to be as vast, if you will, as the September wave. However, with the Venator coming out, which is probably the most anticipated UCS set that LEGO has ever released, you can bet that a lot of people will be making their way to the LEGO store on October 1st. You can also see on the LEGO website that currently through the month of September, there is the Houses of the World 3 gift with purchase of $250 or more. I got to see this at the LEGO store this past week. It's a really, really awesome build. Obviously you have like these wood logs in the front here. The second floor is pretty funny. There's like a little bed, and then there's also a bench press, which is that little circle right there. That's one of the plates on the bench press. So that's pretty cool. $250 is pretty steep. I don't know what the threshold has been in the past for Houses of the World sets, but along with this, I don't know what the dates are for it, but the Disney GWP is also available again. The Disney 100 GWP, which I was fortunate enough to pick up, as you can see right here. I think that this is the best GWP of the entire year. Now, that remains to be seen if that statement is correct, as we're not at the end of the year yet. But there are some people that have said it's the best GWP that LEGO has ever released, which that's a pretty wild statement if you look back at some of the GWPs that they've released. So with sets, we'll talk about first the sets that I'm not really that interested in. We won't really spend any time on those. A few that are coming out, they might do well, they might not. And then a few that are definitely on my list to pick up in the future. So first, there are a few Disney Friends sets that will be coming out. There are 3. So we'll talk about those real quick. Okay, on to the next thing, the mini Disney Palace of Agrabah for $40. Obviously, will be coming out October 1st, 506 pieces. I probably will never own this set, and I'm totally fine with that. Comes with no minifigures. I think that the gold pieces are pretty awesome. I was kind of assuming that the, $35, $40, $45 sets from the Disney wave that are kind of themed like this would be themed to Disney park attractions, as the first 2 were the Disney Castle and then the Disneyland Haunted Mansion. For me, seeing this, I was definitely a little bit upset. I wanted something more like the Epcot Ball or the Matterhorn from Disneyland, something along those lines, again, like a park attraction. I think that would be really cool in the future still. But yeah, so there's this, $40. Again, not really too much to say about it. You got the little magic carpet there with the lamp. That looks like a sticker piece right there. But yeah, overall, pretty underwhelming set, I'll be honest. So yeah, we'll move on from here. Next one is going to be the Gingerbread Ornaments. I think this is pretty cool. It's $13. I think it's a fun way to, incorporate LEGO into your Christmas tree if you celebrate Christmas. It looks like it would be pretty easy to hang them. That feels weird, saying hanging gingerbread men and women. Enough said on this. We'll move to the next one. The next one is the Viking Village. This is going to be $130, 2,103 pieces. For me, this is a set that I personally wouldn't have in my collection. But looking at this price and the piece count, I'm going to say that it's on my wanted list for the future. Is it a set that I urgently need? Definitely not. But I think for the price and the piece count, and just what it is, I think that the minifigures look cool. I think the build in general is really, really awesome. This will definitely go on my wanted list. Next set is the Alpine Lodge for $100. This is 1,517 pieces. I actually got a chance to see this set at the Lego store as they were setting up and everything. It looks really, really awesome. There was one thing, I don't know if they have a close-up picture of it. No, it doesn't look like it. But it's a small detail, but I really like how they have the snow on top of the balcony ledge there. And then just the outside of the set in general looks outstanding. Like that log cabin design on the second floor. That's absolutely incredible. Another thing that I really like is actually the ice skating rink. You can kind of see it a little bit here, but they have this whole surface that's supposed to be like, a frozen lake or frozen pond. Me being a hockey player, that's where I would spend a majority of my time in the winter months, outside of school. It was out on the lake playing pond hockey. So I really appreciate that, and it looks awesome in person. And then the last two sets that we'll be releasing are the Star Wars sets for the October wave. Of course, there's the Millennium Falcon Holiday Diorama. I've had a few friends that are in the LAN receive this set, and they said that they really, really liked it. It'll be interesting to see what Lego does in the future with dioramas. I personally like that base that they all have and they all come on. I think if anything, when I get this set, and this for me is a when, not an if, when I get this set, I'll probably try and recreate some sort of a base, so that it will match the other dioramas. But pretty cool set. You get technically 5 minifigures with BB-8, Rey, Finn, Chewie, and then a brick-built Porg. I also like that you've got the Sacred Jedi text there. Of course, there's a little brick-built Christmas tree. A lot of people are saying that this is a Porg that they've cooked. I will not comment on that at this time, but this is definitely something that I will pick up. I've contemplated going to the store on October 1st to get it, but I think that I'll just be too jealous of people getting the next set that we'll be talking about, which, of course, is the Venator class Republic attack cruiser. There isn't anyone in the Lego community that isn't talking about this set or hasn't. I was lucky enough to see it in person at the Lego store this past weekend. I also got to help build a small portion of the left back wing, kind of, if you call it a wing, which was really, really great. The Lego store employees were building it, and they were kind enough to ask if I wanted to help out, kind of relieve them a little bit. And of course, I said yes. It's not every day that you get to help assemble a set that hasn't been released yet. So I got to build a little bit of it and then see it complete. I went the next day actually to check it out. Got to see the minifigures and stuff. It looks outstanding. And I said it in a video that I posted, kind of a vlog video, but the camera just does not do it justice. The pictures, it's one thing to see the pictures and still it looks outstanding, but then seeing it in person, it's a whole different ball game. I don't know that there's anyone that isn't planning on buying this set at some point. I know a lot of people will be purchasing it day one. I won't be one of those people, unfortunately. With just buying Gringotts this past month for the September wave release, I just have to be a little bit responsible with my money. So that's why I was so excited to be able to build just a small portion of it, because I know that I won't be building it for a while. So those are the sets that are going to be released. In total, there are 12, I believe. And I would assume that a majority of the people visiting the Lego store on October 1st are going to be picking up either the Venator or the Viking Village, one of the two. So I do want to talk a little bit about GWPs, because there are a few coming up in October. October will be pretty big as far as GWPs go. The first one is a pretty small one. It's the Halloween VIP Fun Pack Poly Bag. They've done a few of these, I think, at this point. Nothing too crazy that will come in this poly bag, but you've got a couple like poison apples, you've got a few spiders, some bats, some pumpkins. There's like a pie, which I would assume is like a pumpkin pie. That's kind of fun. And a few other pieces. So there is not an official release date at this point, but obviously it will be coming in October for the Halloween holiday. I don't think I've ever actually said the words Halloween holiday back to back. Doesn't have the same ring as like the Christmas holiday. Anyways, there will also be a Pirate GWP. This one is going to be coming out October 13th. I like this one a lot. I think that it goes well with the Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship, as well as something like the Eldorado Fortress, which just came out. So it'll be one minifig on kind of like a raft with a little sail there, and then like a brick built island piece with some treasure there, some buried treasure. So that will be available October 13th. I don't know that there is announced a threshold for that GWP at this point, but I could be wrong. If I am, by all means, put it in the comments. I will pin your comment so that people know who are watching this video. Another GWP that will be coming out mid-October. There's not too much information on this set, but it is a Steamboat Willie Disney 100 GWP. I've been told mid-October. That's what I have heard from a few different people, and there's no threshold yet. I also don't really know if it will be specific sets that you'll have to buy, like Disney 100 sets, because they did just re-release the Disney 100 Celebration GWP. So I think it's kind of interesting timing, but that will be sometime mid-October. And again, no threshold or specific sets announced yet that it'll be available with. Last two things. I'm sure that most people seeing this video have already seen the pictures of the Star Wars GWP, but it's worth mentioning. The GWP will have a cloth recreation of Phase 2 Rex and then Admiral Yularen, along with, it looks like some sort of a Beskar piece. I, a lot of times, have been in the camp and party of, hey, GWPs are GWPs. Lego doesn't have to do stuff like that, but they still do, which is cool. But, with the recent controversy that has come up with all of the commanders really not having waist capes, I think it's kind of ironic that Lego is giving a GWP of cloth minifigures when they're not giving the minifigures cloth waist capes. This, in my opinion, is a huge miss on Lego's part. I'm someone that obviously has a sense of humor. I don't really take things personally. I'm not mad about this by any means. I think it is very ironic, though. And again, Lego doesn't have to do GWPs. For example, the Gringotts GWP, I would have bought Gringotts regardless of if they gave me that extra set or not. I'm sure that a lot of people are in the same camp as far as the Venator goes. They're going to buy the Venator whether or not it comes with a GWP. However, what I will say from like a business standpoint is a GWP is designed to entice other collectors or even fans of Lego or Star Wars to buy the set on release day. I would venture to guess that there were some people who were on the fence about buying Gringotts day one, and they were like, I want to buy it eventually, but I don't think I'm going to buy it day one. And then they saw that GWP and they're like, I really want that. And so they just went ahead and pulled the trigger. For me, it's one of those things where I can afford it, but for me, the Venator right now is not a priority. Spending $650 on plastic when I have a pretty substantial backlog of sets to get through, that's not a priority. But if they had created a GWP, something like the bridge of the Venator, and gave that away as a GWP on day one, the Venator might have become more of a priority for me. I don't know if other people think that same way, but I would venture to guess there's a handful of people that if there's a good deal, if there's a good GWP, they're going to pull the trigger. Now, that being said, as far as deals go, the last thing that I will mention is double insider points day. I don't have exact dates of when that will be happening, but it is coming in October. That's at least what I have heard so far, is that there will be a double insider points day sometime in October. I would assume it'll be towards the end of the month, maybe after the GWPs are done. I would think like a little bit after, halfway through the month. Like I mentioned, the Pirate GWP is October 13th. But who knows? Lego might be generous and give us double VIP points, or excuse me, double insider points. And I was pretty good about it up till that point. Double insider points and a GWP at the same time. I don't know for sure, but by November 1st, we will have experienced a double insider points day and our first double insider points day. So that is it for the month of October, at least for now. I know that there are still a few things kind of left unsaid or left open as far as GWPs go, with dates and how to qualify for them and that sort of thing. I apologize in advance for not giving too much information, but that's just something that I don't have. As information does come out, I'll be sure to be talking about it on my Instagram, so make sure to follow me there at It's Rob the Builder. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you want to watch another one, click the screen right now, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!